Yo, what is going on, Vikings fans? It is Skol side back again with another Minnesota Vikings video. And in today's video, I had an interesting thought. I was going through the numbers and I wanted to see who really is the most overpaid player on the Minnesota Vikings. Now, the Vikings, they have had to let a lot of people go, bring a lot of new faces, whole new makeup of a team for this next upcoming year. And I wanted to really look into who is the most overpaid player. So, anyways, let's get right into this. All right, starting this off, it is not Kirk Cousins. I know a lot of you were expecting it to be. However, it is not. He is incredibly underrated, incredibly over-scrutinized in the media. Yes, he does have his flaws. However, I believe he's a top 10 quarterback in the league. He's nowhere near the top 5. However, he's way better than people think. I'm just going to put that out there. The most overpaid player on the Minnesota Vikings is not Kirk Cousins. However, the most overpaid player on the Minnesota Vikings is the dude you are watching right now, and it is Anthony Barr. Now, saying this actually hurts me to say because, as you know, first off, I'm a very positive Vikings channel. I think this team has an incredible future coming up, and that's why I like to keep it positive right now. However, this is one thing that kind of irks me, and I want to talk about it. Now, last offseason, let me just walk you through what I was going through with Anthony Barr. When I found out he was signing with the Jets, I was actually very upset. And I saw he got a huge contract, and going in my head, I'm like, why aren't the Vikings offering this? Then it came out that the Vikings did offer him this contract, but he declined it. Then it turned out that when he signed with the Jets, he backed out and he signed with the Vikings again, and I was ecstatic. I was like, let's go. We got our linebacker back. We got my guy like Anthony Barr. Especially me being a young kid, I am 20 years old, and so Anthony Barr, for the past 6 years, I've been kind of growing up on him. I mean, he's been someone who's kind of turned my love for the Minnesota Vikings around, and he's just, I don't know, I've always liked watching Barr play. However, looking at it, he is extremely overpaid. However, I do not think that it is entirely his fault. Now, I'm going to throw up his stats for the past 6 years. Starting in 2014, unreal. I thought he was going to be a beast. He had 4 sacks for an outside linebacker, 70 combined tackles, 15 assists, whatever. You see the numbers on the screen. The next year, kind of about the same. 2016, kind of about the same. 2017 took a little step forward in tackles. And then 2018, really down year. However, picked it back up this past season. Now, if you're looking at these numbers, they are not terrible. I'm not saying these numbers are terrible. He's not like some scrub where I'm saying he shouldn't be on the field like he's like Xavier Rhodes. However, you just don't really see the growth that I guess I was going to want to see out of him. I mean, you look at his rookie year, 70 tackles, 4 sacks. I thought oh shit, he can maybe get this up to 7 sacks, get around 90 tackles when he's in his prime, which would be around right now. I love Anthony Barr. I think he still has potential. However, I think this is not entirely his fault. I think the Vikings aren't using him to his strengths. And honestly, I don't know if he knows his own strengths yet. Now, if you forget, Anthony Barr, he's 6'5". He's around 250 pounds. He's very fast for a linebacker. Freak athlete. I think the Vikings need to use him off the edge more. Yes, he can cover running backs decently. That's all I got to say. He cannot flat out guard Gurley, as we've seen, out of the backfield. He can't guard a receiver out of the slot or whatever. He's not that type of dude because sometimes he gets burned. He's not like Eric Kendricks where he's a tackling machine, great in coverage. Now, I think Anthony Barr has been really overshadowed in this Vikings defense because of Eric Kendricks, Danielle Hunter, and Harrison Smith, where I don't think the defensive coordinator, as in Zimmer, is really looking for him to be this splash player. However, I think Barr still can. I think Barr needs to be more of an edge threat and maybe come to him and say, hey, put on 15 pounds. We want you coming off the edge this year. We want you to be a 10 to 12 sack guy who we can also drop in coverage. Very similar to what Khalil Mack does. Oh, and guess what? Who is his draft, competition coming out of college? It was Khalil Mack. We were saying, who's going to be the first linebacker? Anthony Barr, Khalil Mack during that 2014 draft. Raiders made the right choice, really, in Khalil Mack. Now, this is I don't like saying Anthony Barr is overpaid, but he is. Because he should not be making a $70 million contract for just being okay. Now, I want to see Anthony Barr really take a step forward this year because honestly, I think a lot of Vikings fans are starting to turn their heads on this too, where we start looking at him and be like, Where's that leap year that Kendrick just had? Like, where's that jump where Daniil's been having the past 2 years? Where's that jump that Harrison Smith had when he was younger in his career? We're still waiting for that jump. Yes, what he's doing right now is okay, and it is okay, and he can be a starter in the NFL. I'm not saying that. He's still a good player, borderline Pro Bowler, but we still haven't seen that jump, and it's very disappointing to me. I want to see him take that jump. However, I think he is the most overpaid player on the Minnesota Vikings. I want to see them use him different. Those are my thoughts on it. Yes, it is not Kirk Cousins. However, it is Anthony Barr. I love Anthony Barr, and I cannot wait for him to see him take a step forward this year. He can honestly put this all to rest just like Kirk did. And hopefully Zimmer will use him more in the pass rush game, because that's when I think he is at his best. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love the support on the channel recently. I have a lot of big things planned. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I will give you guys the latest Minnesota Vikings news, my thoughts on the Minnesota Vikings. I'm a very positive guy. Anyways, leave a comment down below if you agree, or if there's honestly another point I'm just not thinking of right now. However, I think I nailed this. Anyways, if you disagree, let me know down below. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks, guys.